While many consumers today are showing more interest in where their food comes from, there are some marketing efforts being made that sometimes muddies the water a bit rather than making things more clear. Michelle Winkley has more in this week's From the Ground Up.
What I call quite often is much ado about nothing, because people are advertising things that may not even be in that product to begin with. For example, I looked at ground beef patty the other day and I saw that it said gluten-free. And in reality, there is no gluten in any beef products whatsoever.
Dan Hale is a professor and Texas A&M AgriLife Extension meat specialist and says it's no wonder why people get confused about where things like gluten come from. So are consumers misinformed, or are they being misled?
But if I want to market a specific product that's in the beef line and I want to market against just the normal product, then I'm going to have to kind of lower the trust that you might have in that normal product. By putting labels on them may not mean anything, like gluten-free, which there's no gluten in beef, or GMO-free, which there's no GMOs, and beef is not a GMO product.
Hale points out that many food substitutes are not nutritionally equivalent, and it's important to read past the headlines on labels.
So when you look at a label, it's really important to kind of understand, first of all, it's put there in an order as to weight. So within that ingredients, what is the most prevalent item first, then second, then third, then fourth, then fifth as it goes through. And you might say contains less than 2% at the very end of something.
Hale stresses that a product with a higher price doesn't make it more nutritious.
It's important when you're feeding your family to think about, my family needs protein, minerals, and vitamins I'm going to get, and dietary fiber. They're going to get that from a mix of good foods that are already in the grocery store. And a lot of times the cheaper food is just as good as the higher priced food that was marketed and just put a higher price on it and calling it something that maybe wasn't ever in there to begin with.
I'm Michelle Winkley, tracing the journey our food makes from the farm and ranch to our tables from the ground up.
From the Ground Up is sponsored by Producers Cooperative, proudly serving agriculture since 1943.